Hey, we're live.
We're
Woohoo!
live. Hey, friends.
People, how you guys
Yes.
doing?
You've got Jasmine Fontes and Grace Fraga here. We are going to be talking about chemo today. So that's
Ooh.
when we say like we have chemo brain and we just don't quite remember a word or have all the thoughts in the head, it's because of chemo. So
Yeah,
we give ourselves grace.
absolutely.
We give ourselves the grace.
It really does a number on your brain. We need to address that because, especially, if you're older, you're like, oh my God, am I getting Alzheimer's or am I getting dementia or am I getting, whatever? And it's the chemo brain because I go back and I'm like, before chemo, I remember stuff. Of course, I forget sometimes, we all forget stuff, but I remembered everything. I had good memory. Now, girl, oh my God, I forget names of friends sometimes. Like, what is going on? And it's
Right in
been
front of
over
you.
2 years.
Oh, I have had moments because I am a wellness practitioner, yoga teacher, all of that stuff. And I guess it pertains to that too. But even in the middle of a conversation, my brain will just go, and I'm like,
Oh,
wait, oh, I was talking.
yes. Totally, totally. Okay, for those who just joined on X, thank you guys for joining. We're talking about chemo brain. Hi, guys.
Yeah,
We're talking about chemo brain and how it affects our lives.
yeah.
And, Jasmine would say, like, in the middle of conversation, I do that too. And, like, sometimes on a podcast, I'm interviewing something, I'm like, oh, what did I ask? I forgot. Or they ask you a question. And then I'm like, just do a sidebar. And then I'm like, oh, what was the main point of this question? I totally forgot. Oh my God. It's so embarrassing sometimes.
I mean, yeah, but also I think it can be. I just find it very funny now where I'm like, oh no, I just hold please. It's like a hard reset. Like hold on, you know?
Yeah, like, it's almost like I feel like the neurons, you know how they transmit the information? It's
Yeah.
electrical, right? And so I feel like it's like it's going well, and then all of a sudden it's like
Traffic jam.
disconnect, right? And they're like, okay, you can do this, you can do that, go, yeah, okay. Now the thought,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's a joy. It's a joy. I mean, even the stuff I take now, it's also part of that. But it's
yes,
okay.
me too. We're both on
Okay.
the same medication, the same type of medication. We have to take it for 5 to 10 years, depends. And it affects your memory and your cognitive. There's some kind of cognitive issue also. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like watching, like, oh my God, I forgot that. Oh, did I, was I logical? Was I ridiculous? This, like, I am totally like paranoid with myself right now.
This is why I mean, and even before this, I kept diligent records and like you could look at my Google Calendar and it goes back, I don't know, a decade plus. Like whenever
Wow.
Google Calendar started, is like you can go back and check what I did 10 years ago. So,
Crazy.
but I became even more vigilant because it helps me keep track of my appointments and medication and all of that stuff.
I
Yeah.
write here what I need to do during the lives in case I forget.
Oh, I love that. Oh my
Too.
gosh.
I have these cards that are all over my desk, like
Yeah,
all over.
they should.
And yeah, you have to remember. And even then, with the cards, sometimes they're like, oops, you forget to look at the card.
Oh, it was there the whole time.
I know. By the way, we want to address, speaking of
Oh, yeah.
brain,
Our
we
chemo
want to
brains are
address
covered today with blonde.
blonde. Yes, we chose blonde today. We're twinning. Last time it
Yeah.
was pink and purple.
Mhm.
And we're going to do an episode next time on our wigs, and we're going to tell you the story of each wig because wigs are very, very important during chemo. Because what happens during chemo?
It all falls out.
Completely.
Not
Yes.
not for everyone, but for a large number of us.
Yes.
The
It
hairs
depends on
go
the
away.
neck. Yes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it goes. Mine, and some people, and we'll talk again. This is all chemo related. Some people can make it 3, 4, 5 treatments, 6 treatments, more, all of that, and they have hair. Maybe they
That's
make it
crazy.
through. Mine was round 1, y'all.
True.
Round 1.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
was like
crazy. Yeah.
brushing it, and I was like, okay, okay. It started to come out, and I was like, okay, that's to be expected. To be expected. Before round 2, I had no hair.
Oh, girl, what? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it was just long. I still had eyebrows, um,
Yeah.
but
See,
not really well. And it was like after round two that I kind of just stopped having eyebrows, and then eventually no
yeah.
eyelashes or any of
And
that.
eyelashes. I know we look like aliens. Like I looked like a 93-year-old alien. I was bald, pale, big eyes, no hair anywhere. I was like, it was
93
terrible.
alien. I love
Yeah,
it.
total alien. I lost my hair. I had to shave it. I started losing it after one, like you said.
Yeah.
Number two, a week later, my hair it lost elasticity, and I
Mhm.
kept it with a clip, tied it with a clip because I thought maybe that way it would not fall.
Maybe. And
I
then what
know, I know, but the quality of the hair, it was awful. It was all clumped together because
happened?
it loses elasticity. So, girl, when I took that clip off, my hair had an erection. It went, it didn't move. You've seen the picture.
Yeah, I
It
have.
went
It's
sideways.
still funny.
I know. I'm going to show the picture next time. It was
Please.
so funny. It went like this,
Yeah.
nothing. And so my friend just sheared me like a sheep. I'm telling you, and the
Yeah.
hair looked like a dead cat because it was all
Oh,
clumped together.
I did a whole thing where I videoed myself. Again, we're artists, so I was like,
Of course, of
let's
course.
document this whole journey. The documentary will come out eventually, friends. I'll keep you posted. You'll hear about it here first. But I did. I videoed myself at a certain point. So much of the hair was gone that it was like just little, like this was because my hair was long, like your wig long, 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 long. And it was just like here, like
Gorgeous hair.
little bits, little bit. Only I would have like 5 hairs together right here, and so I ended up, and it was an interesting experience. Um, I cut my own, and then my friend came over and we shaved the rest of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
just even it out.
that's
Yeah.
good. It went step by step kind of thing, like cut and then shave.
I
Yeah,
really, for me, I was like, this is something that I want to own. I want to own this part of it. I want to
yeah,
experience it. And I had to do it by myself because it was so personal.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. I
Um,
should put a banner here that we're talking about the Chemo Saga. Let me put it.
emo.
The
Yeah.
Chemo
Well,
Saga. It
and
is
so that people know, I went through 4 rounds of chemo. Grace has me beat. She
6.
did 6. She did
Yeah.
6. She is a warrior. I know I actually met a woman this weekend who went through 16. She will be
See,
a
I
guest
don't
on the
know
show.
how those people make it, girl. How do they make it?
No idea. I
I
that's why and she even had the red bag.
the what?
The red bag chemo. So for the chemo, you get
Oh,
multiple types of chemo. There are options. You can go and
oh,
talk to your doctor if they're like, hey, you need to have chemo. Sometimes they'll give you the option. I was really lucky that when I went in and I was talking to her, she said, okay, we caught it early enough. Yeah, you're gonna want to do this. Option, you can always not do it. That's your choice, it's your body. And I was like,
yeah,
well, I think we're gonna go with the medically advised route. Thanks. And she said,
absolutely.
here's your A, here's your B. I went with the A option, which was a medium option. I did I mean, and by the way, medium does not mean easy. It's very
Oh my God.
challenging.
Nothing related to
Yeah.
chemo is easy.
No, but the kicker, the big guns was that third bag. I only had 2 bags. The third bag is a red bag, and the red bag is in circles called the red devil dragon. Oh
What? And what does
yeah.
it do?
Um, because I didn't have it, I don't know too much, but we can actually ask our friend who comes on here. Um,
Absolutely.
but essentially, it is such a big gun that if you're at a certain stage, or say you're triple negative, or they're really trying to fight it, you don't really have a chance. You don't have an option. That's the one you're going with.
Yeah.
If you're going to go the Western medicine route.
Mhm.
And it impacts your liver, your heart, everything. They have to do like checks for you before you
Oh,
get it every single time
ugh.
because it is such a it's a
Yeah,
destroyer of everything, but
yeah.
that's because that's it's doing its job.
Well,
Yeah.
I had triple positive, which means estrogen positive, progesterone positive, positive and HER2 positive. So it means that my cancer cells were feeding off my estrogen, progesterone, and the HER2 positive is a protein in the cells. So what you and I can do, I know you were estrogen positive,
I am
correct?
progesterone, ER, PR
Oh,
positive.
progesterone. Okay, progesterone, they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But the estrogen, I don't know if they did immunotherapy. Uh,
No, I
they
didn't.
did to me, they did for the HER2 positive.
Because I'm not HER2. Yeah, I'm not.
Right, you're not HER2. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't think the estrogen is just the pills that I'm taking now.
Mhm.
But they did a whole year I had to go and get infusions for the HER2 positive. So it's but we're lucky because they can target the triple positive or double positive or just one positive out of the three. They can target with immunotherapies, which actually train your body to behave in a different way so it doesn't feed any cancer cells in the future.
Wow.
So that's the immunotherapies are amazing. And so we're lucky, but the triple negative, I think that's what you're referring to.
That is exactly, yeah. That's
Yeah,
why
because
we had to have all of it. She was triple negative.
exactly. They don't know what caused it. We know what caused ours. In your case, it was the estrogen, mine estrogen and progesterone. In your case,
Right.
mine was the three. So when they don't know, it's actually the chances of recurrence are a little bit higher. So they have to like attack it
Yeah.
like with a nuclear bomb, like
Yeah. Which is
destroy
why
it.
I feel so lucky that when I talk to my
Yeah,
oncologist, she's like, you have options. Not everyone does.
I
Here are
love that.
yours. What do you want to do? And I was like, that one, please.
Yeah,
It was terrible.
it is terrible. Any chemo, girl, any
I
chemo.
know. Uh,
is it's just and the first chemo you're okay. Let's talk about like the difference between the first and the last, right? The
sure.
first
Okay.
with the music, I was like, hey, I was jamming. I was like, ooh, I still have my hair, I look good. What's up, girl? On the sixth one, I was like bald, pale, exhausted, and the nurses were like, you're not gonna jam to some hip hop. I was like, I am so tired. I can't even listen. Like I couldn't even listen to the music. It made me tired.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah,
It's rough, girl.
my first, did you have a port for your first one? I don't remember. Or did you get your port put in after your first treatment?
I put it on the third. By the third, I had it because I was like, I'm gonna try to wing it. Because when they told me that
Mhm.
the port, which by the way, for those who don't know, the port, they cut you here,
Mhm.
they put it in your skin in between, like they do a pocket. Yeah, we both have
There you go.
the.
There's the
I
scar.
have this is mine right here. Yeah, and so then they can connect the needles there, and the infusion will go through your heart. So
Yeah,
when they
it goes
told me,
up into your neck vein and then down into your heart and gets distributed everywhere.
I know. They told me through the heart. I was like, hell no. No, I already have cancer. I am not going to mess with the heart. So I was
Mm.
like, I'll try. And I was like, here, there's a vein here. And they were like, girl, you need a port because your veins are like giving up.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's the same thing. Even beforehand, I was told they're like, you're going to want a port. And so I had multiple surgeries before I even got chemo. And my surgeon was like, you don't have good veins. We should put a port in. I
Yeah.
had nightmares about it. So I'm so sorry, friends, that have to go through this. But I will say, if I had it to do again, I would have gotten the port and I would have done it from the first time. We're never doing it again, so it doesn't matter.
No, it
But
doesn't matter. But going back, if we could change
if I
things, yes,
could, I
definitely
would
the
have
first
gotten the port because the nurses, bless them, bless them, bless them, they did their best. They found a vein. It worked for 3 hours. For 3 hours, I was able to receive treatment. Mind you, the first treatment is a lot longer and it's slower. So I still had another hour-ish to go. They had just set up the second bag, I believe. And the chemo, my veins stopped receiving, like it said, nope, I'm done. And so I'm lucky the person who brought me was sitting next to me and looks down, and we're in the middle of a conversation, looks down and goes, what's that? And I was like, huh? And I looked and I had started to kind of feel a little twinge below my arm, but not where the needle was or anything. And I looked and it was a bubble. Like the chemo had backed up. And
Oh, oh
then
my
we're
God.
like, service, hello, we need a
Oh my
little help.
God.
The nurses were so calm. It's like, this happens all the time. I have no idea if it happens all the time because I was like,
Girl.
they stopped it immediately. They had
Yeah.
to squeeze it back out the way it came because it can't live in your arm because chemo burns.
Oh my God, it burns like a mother. I know.
Yeah.
Yes. When
So
it leaks, yeah, especially when they do the
yeah.
veins, it kind of
Uh,
leaks sometimes. Yeah, and it burns.
yeah.
Yes.
It ruined one of my veins when they tried it the next time to get a different spot. It shot up and you can still see it. There's a destroyed vein. It's very interesting. It's very light now, but it was,
Yeah.
anyway, that was my first treatment. And I went, you're not doing this again. I would like a port, please.
Yes, yes,
It
yes.
wasn't even possible because you've had surgery. I had surgery before treatment, which means only one side of the body is viable. Like
Yeah.
you can't have chemo put into
Yeah,
your veins on the other side where you've had surgery. So,
absolutely. This arm for me is because I have full mastectomy. This
mhm.
arm is useless for the rest of my life. By
Mm.
the way, we have people that have joined us
Oh, yeah. Hi.
on Instagram. Kelly, hi Kelly, Joyce,
Yay.
Jim,
Yeah.
Dave, Carl, Tyler, Paula, and my cousin Laura.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Laura.
Yeah.
Yay. Thank
So thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for joining. Yeah,
Feel
Laura
free
also
to share.
suffered. She went through
Yeah.
our journey too, but yeah, in other parts of the body. Yeah. Yeah. But
Okay.
she's fine. She's good. Yay.
Yeah. Good,
Yeah.
good, good. That's what we want. But ooh, yeah. So, but that was the rough part. First
Yeah.
treatment was like an eye opener. But by the time, we got the port, did the things, I was just so happy to have the port. I was like, it's fine. I had my iPad, I have my like ice and ice and ice everywhere for the neuropathy. And I just watched shows and I would listen to things. So the last one though, I just basically like sat in the chair. I was like, we're doing this. We're just gonna let's do it. Just get it done.
Yes, absolutely. I know it's just, and I don't know about you, but like I remember I did six, and on the fifth one, after I was walking out with my friend Heather, who used to take me to the treatments, and I was walking, and I was like, I have to stop walking because I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like I
Oh,
had so much chemo in my body,
yeah.
and I am not a little person. I am, a medium to large person. I'm very athletic. I'm a big,
Yeah.
I'm solid. And so there's room for the stuff to go to, but it was just so much that I was like, I had to stop. I have to stop because I feel like I'm going to pass out. Like my body was about to go unplug. You know what I mean? Like
I yeah. I do. Even after the first treatment, I was so exhausted
yeah,
emotionally, physically. I will say I don't think I ever had a really after the first treatment, I didn't have an easy bounce back after any of them. I did get my energy back faster after the first treatment, but it just compounded. The second treatment, third treatment, I was like, I don't want to have to do this anymore. Can we be done now? And they're like, no,
yeah.
you have one more. And so that's why I'm like, anybody who does more, you're a warrior goddess. Like, wow.
Oh, only two more
I,
girls. It's
I
not
am
a
too.
big
It's
deal.
true. It's true. But, I'm just, I was exhausted. I was tired. I basically shuffled. I would shuffle to the car. And it's just,
Girl, yes.
and shuffle. And I have this one neck thing that a friend gave me that I would just wear. It was like a blanket because the port goes into the neck, right? And I'm
It
so sensitive
does?
that I was like, I'm just gonna cradle my neck with this soft fuzzy thing. And I
Yeah.
did that for months.
Wait, it goes to the neck? I thought it goes down to the heart. It goes to the neck too?
So wait, do you not have this little scar right here on your collarbone?
Let's see.
Um, so you got so they put the port in and then right
Yeah.
above. Okay, so here's how it sits. They make the
No.
pocket.
Yeah.
Maybe there are different types. My port,
Maybe.
they made a pocket and
Yeah.
they strung a thing up and over my collarbone and they tucked it into the neck vein that goes directly to the heart. And that's how they administer it because it goes with the flow of the blood. And then yeah,
I remember I touched above it and there was like a cable.
that's it. So we understand.
So that's
Mhm.
thank God I didn't know when I was doing it because I would have been paranoid. Another problem that like while I'm sleeping, is it moving? Is it I teach
Oh,
swimming and the kids sometimes would like, move it, but it can't move because it's like it's pocketed in the skin, right? So
you
it
went
would
in
move.
pools?
Well, it moved a little bit, like
No, but
A little bit.
You swam during, you went in bodies of water during treatment?
Uh, During immunotherapy, I did. I was
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Immunotherapy, though, you have like a lot. It's not like chemo for sure,
Yeah. I was
but
like, they wouldn't let you.
no, no. Oh no, during chemo I couldn't get in the pool. No, there was no way. And you're cold, I was cold for
Yeah.
like a year. When I got in the pool, I would be like, "This pool is so cold," and they were like, "What?" Yeah, I think I was feeling cold. I went with a wetsuit. It was like 80 outside. I'm so cold. I need a wetsuit to keep swimming.
That, Grace, that is the story of my life in general. So
Oh
I'm
really?
I'm always cold. Okay, it's
Oh no.
okay. So the wigs come in handy because they're like a fancy hat.
They are. And we are going to wear wigs
Mhm.
every time that we go live because we want to normalize wigs because I know that a lot of people that are going through the journey, we feel sometimes embarrassed to be bald. We feel like almost, I felt like I was fake with the wigs. I felt weird because I never wore wigs before. But I think if we normalize it and have fun with them,
Yeah,
right? It
I
kind of
think so
lightens the
too.
load.
Yeah, when I was of a mind where I thought I would wear them more than I did. So I have a bunch. Um,
Yes.
and I still wore them. I thought, the first time I ever went out after treatment, I wore this wig and it was to a friend's birthday and I had just gotten cleared and I'd just gotten my port out and I was like, I don't know how much energy I'm going to have to do this, but I just finished chemo. I just got my stuff. So I will show up, but I didn't feel ready to go out in public just like bald,
Yeah.
like sprouty hair bald because I still had like little bits of hair. Some hairs stayed, not like most did not. You could
Yes.
see much of my scalp. Um, but I love the wigs. I think they're so fun, and I think they're like it's a fun expression. Yeah,
Totally fun. And also, it saves you a lot of money because I remember when I had blonde hair, girl, to color that hair, it was so expensive. I spent thousands of dollars. Now, if I have a little bit of gray, I just do a very cancer patient safe
yeah,
dye called Fido. It's amazing for anybody out there. It's Phiyto, and they are incredible. I don't have any itching or any weird, it's super great. It's vegan, it's natural. But before then, it was just like hundreds of dollars,
yeah. I was having
thousands.
fun. I was having fun with my hair. Before this, my
Yes,
hair was very, very long, and
yes.
I had decided to go red, and that was fun because I'd never
Oh,
done that before. Uh,
yeah,
and then I went dark, almost black brown, which
nice,
I had never
nice.
gone that dark before, and that was so much fun. And I will say, before my first treatment, a handful of friends of mine, we did a photo shoot with that very like October spooky kind of vibe.
Nice.
It's so fun to look at those photos and be like, yeah, we did that, and we specifically did it because there was the chance that chemo was going to take my hair away. And I did my darndest. I wore the caps and everything to try and keep it. But hair, oh, this is so fascinating. I found this out. Right, hair has a memory. So if you
What?
find yourself like twirling a certain part of your hair, if your hair tends to grow longer, it can be your energetic body's way of directing you to whatever's stored in that hair. And so
Yeah.
when I learned that, I was like, oh, I'm so glad it all left. I'm so glad it got kicked out. We're starting fresh. Boom.
Yes, there is something about going bald that's very powerful.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're getting rid of all your past and you're
Mhm.
starting again. And we became a much better version of ourselves.
Yeah.
And we got rid of all that. I felt that was, I think everybody should like shave their head once in their life
Try it.
because it's such a great experience. I
Yeah.
took it as a positive. Before I did it, I was like super sad that I was gonna lose my hair. I had invested so much money
Yes.
in
So
my
much.
hair.
I didn't know how to look at myself in the mirror.
Yes,
Because chemo doesn't just, it's not just the hair, my skin dulled. Everything was just,
yes,
it was just muted. Everything was just a little lifeless. Yeah.
great. Yeah,
Because chemo is killing anything
literally.
that's alive that
Yes,
might hurt you, but it also kills the things that are helping you live.
it does.
So, yeah.
That's when you feel like death almost. You really like I would look in the mirror and be like, girl, you look dead. Like
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Unalived, excuse me,
Yeah.
because I don't want them to take the video down. Unalived. Yeah, I looked like a zombie.
Yeah. Oh, I have some absolutely terrifying photos that I took for myself. And I was like, just not smile. I did the whole selfie thing. I was like,
Yeah,
don't smile. Here's the thing. Cause I was like, I need to know what this looks like. And then I
yes,
was like, oh my gosh, it's terrifying.
it is terrifying.
Maybe one day I'll post it up for you all to see. But I wanted it for myself, kind of
Mhm.
like the shaving of the head and the cutting of the hair. I was like, I want to have these for me so that I remember what it's like. And then I think it's so important that we also see people out in the world if it's safe to go out in the world. Like I was quarantined for after my first treatment because my white blood went down. So like
Yes,
I wasn't able to go out a ton. But when I did, I felt like it was important that people see what a person going through this looks like.
absolutely. Oh yeah, oh yeah. In the beginning, there's a lot of shame. I felt, some people I'm sure they're more free about it, but I felt like, oh, people are gonna know that I'm going through chemo. And then it was almost like, hey, I'm going through chemo and I'm living, and my hair is short.
Mm,
It's like little. It's kind of fuzzy and like super weak, right? It's like, yeah, and I just almost like you said, you wear like a badge of honor. It's like, hey, I'm fighting this disease and I'm going to be okay, and this is part of my scars, my
yeah.
wounds. Yeah,
I kept it quiet for the most part.
me
Even
too.
now, people, unless they're really attuned to what it is that we're doing,
Mhm.
they think that I cut my hair for a role, and they're like, "Oh, that was really bold." I'm like, yeah, thanks.
Isn't
Which is
that
great. And it's
crazy?
like I don't want to, okay. And that's very nice that they thought that. That's like very cool. But when I was going through it, I was very, very quiet about it because I was like,
Mhm.
I keep things very tight. So even a podcast like this is like, oh, okay, I'm going to share everything, and I'm prepared for it. But at the
Yeah,
time, I wasn't prepared, and I was like, I want to get through this, and then when
yeah,
I'm through it, then I will discuss. But I need to keep my things close to my heart
yes,
while I process.
absolutely. There's so much to process, and some people post everything, their journey. More power to them. I don't
Yeah.
know how they do it. I preferred to just hibernate like a bear and just not,
Yeah.
only a few people like you. I did the same thing, just only a few people. And when I came out on social media, I had like 900 likes on Facebook when Facebook didn't mess me up. One long story. But anyway, uh, and people were like, we didn't know that. And I was like, I kept it quiet because I didn't want
Yeah.
even good energy coming to me. I didn't, because I couldn't handle
Mhm.
anything. Imagine bad energy. And I just couldn't handle anything except
Yeah.
like my close friends. And that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah. Yeah. I did a little meal train. For anybody who doesn't know, the mealtrain.com is a really great resource that whether you're pregnant, you're going through some sort of medical, whatever, or you're helping a family member, you can sign up for meals. You can also post updates. So that's basically what we used it for. It was I said, hey friends, family, here's the link. You can sign up for meals if you want. Some did, some didn't. But I was like, but here is the only place I will be sending out mass information. I will not be texting you all individually with love. Not doing it. Don't have the bandwidth.
No, absolutely, 100%. The energy level is all you have at the end of the treatment, all you have the energy for is to eat and sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of my stories start with, well, I got up off the couch.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
I
So,
know. I had to ask my neighbor to take my trash out because I could not go downstairs and come back up. That would have been like a 2 day ordeal. I would have had to sleep on the street because I couldn't come back
oh,
up.
I would have dishes in my sink for
Yeah,
days and
yeah,
days. And I would have laundry that needed to be done. And
yeah.
I would just wait until I was feeling well enough to do it because there wasn't anybody to do it. And,
Yep.
you know, we're humans, we figure it out.
We figure it out. Absolutely. And to close this before we talk about our
Yeah.
show,
Speaking
uh,
of dishes,
yeah, and we're so excited about our shop. So yeah, it's quite a journey, and we made it.
yeah.
And
So grateful. So grateful. And we'll talk more about chemo. This is just the beginning.
this is just a
Chemo.
little bit of chemo. And we're grateful that we were able to do the treatment. We're grateful that even though we couldn't do the dishes or the laundry or whatever, we somehow figured it out and we made it through this. So if we made it through, you guys, if you're going through the same thing, you can make it through. And I know it's while you're going through it, it feels like, oh my gosh, is my life going to be like this for the rest of my life?
Nope.
It's not.
It won't. It won't. And I think the takeaway is what you're touching on, like that, like wellness practice. If we can leave you with this, is like is keeping it positive.
Yeah,
So looking at the potential for the benefit in something, or saying it's not going to be like this forever, and maybe even finding support to talk about the good things, to find good things.
absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
100%. So let me,
So
uh,
Grace, share your screen, show them. So we've got
okay, there it is. Okay, so we, yes,
networkshop.com.
yes. Okay, we're going to share screen. Thank you for reminding me because my
Yeah.
chemo brain forgot I shared
It's
the
okay. And so, friends, what healingcancernetworkshop.com is doing is you can look at the items that we have, you can purchase, you can donate, you can do all of the things, and just know that when you decide, I want that mug, half of the proceeds are going to go to a charity, a nonprofit, words again, chemo brain, words, that supports cancer patients, that
screen.
supports their family, supports their journey. Yeah, great. Love
Absolutely.
this. She built this, you guys. She built it. She made this.
Yes, and I made, look, the Healing Cancer Network one. What?
Our inaugural. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have different sizes, 11, 15, and 20 ounce.
Oh my
And
God.
I have one here. Let me show you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's called Let Your Light Shine. And the quality of the mug is amazing. It's just, I love these mugs. They're great.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna have t-shirts and hoodies and hats and all kinds of things. Just give us time to upload all the designs and have them. And if you have any suggestions on anything that we want to see on a t-shirt, let us know. We'll make it. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. We've been on for 30 minutes. I'd love to keep the lives like 30 minutes. So we keep them wanting for more of our
Oh my
stories.
gosh. You all will hear so much more about chemo. Don't you worry.
Absolutely. But next episode, you guys, next live, we are
When?
going to talk about wigs and we're going to show you all the wigs and we're going to tell you the story of each wig and the name because some of them have names.
Some of them do.
So, yeah. So we're going to do that. We're going to just do a little story time of our wigs and tie it to the treatment. So if you please support us on our channel, if you're watching from another platform, here it's Healing Cancer 24/7 on YouTube. We're trying to bring up the subscription because we want people to see, to watch, to hear what our stories are, and also we're going to start bringing in guests
Yeah.
that can help anybody through their treatment and post cancer treatment because it doesn't end when the treatment ends.
It really doesn't. It's, yeah. So we're all healing through helping right
Yes.
here.
I
Right here.
love it. Yes, healing through helping. That's our thing. Healing through helping for sure. Thank you for everybody on X that tuned in. There's one on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it.
Thank
And
you.
we will see you next week. We are here on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, with that 3 p.m. Central time and 4 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah,
Yeah.
boom, I did it.
Bye. Thanks,
Bye,
friends.
guys.